Now you're also doing bodyguard work as well.
That is true. I am a bodyguard, executive protection specialist.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it has its perks, to say the least. It definitely has its perks.
So are you doing bigger stuff, or are you just doing?
I'm still small, up and coming, quote unquote celebrities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're not doing businessmen?
No.
Yo, man,
I will, but they require a lot of attention, a lot of detail, a lot of. I need you to be this way, Me being a fighter, I like to, when I'm in training camp, I like to keep the rough look until it's fight time and I clean up. And businessmen are not going for that. You have to be clean cut.
Yeah, the thing with businessmen is, if you're a businessman and you need a bodyguard,
you're doing something wrong.
Man.
You're involved in some bad business.
Man,
Now, that's not, you could just be that wealthy.
You got Steve Jobs types, and you've got,
that's true.
You own Amazon, I get that. Yeah. But generally speaking, those aren't the guys that are hiring people.
Right.
Me personally, I prefer to have female clients.
I prefer female bosses at work too.
Or that too. That too. But it's the job can be done a little bit better with a female client. You don't have much control over female clients, but you can your threat assessment and I know you guys are probably like threat assessment. What is this? But there's terminology we have the threat assessment,
especially if they're a minor celebrity, kind of make it
right. All of that makes a difference in what she's talking or singing about, or what her career is, what her lane is.
More cut and dry. Huh?
Yeah.
I can see
guys that. For the most part, celebrities, artists, entertainers. The guys have guys chasing them, girls chasing them. The guys could be for whatever reason. Maybe you represent a gang that they don't like or they're not affiliated. Those are all things that every city we go to, we have to look into. What type of crowd are we bringing? Where are we? What part of the city are we in? Do you have any problems with anybody in the city? It's a lot that goes into it. But on the flip side, there's a lot of benefits that come from this. Just last night I was with Wiz Khalifa and his bodyguards. And I've met them, known them for a couple years now. And we hit it up. They're in town. Hey, come get some work in. They're big on MMA, but really BJJ. That's their thing.
Okay.
And then they be like, you're a bare knuckle champion. You've been doing your thing for a while. Come in, come give us a hand and teach us something. Bring that knowledge. Bring your shin guards.
That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Man, I hate to bring this up, but I'm going to. Did you watch that ASAP Rocky video?
Over there in Sweden. I watched part of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I saw enough. But what's your question?
Well, I'm going to be really honest here.
Okay.
There were several times while watching that video where I said, enough. Kick his ass.
Of the guy that kept egging. Yeah.
Enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the professionalism that bodyguard and his people and the people with ASAP Rocky, they're not punks.
Nope.
So I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, they're soft. They're from some rich suburb that kind of made it. No.
They're from the same neighborhood he's from. They all pretty much grew up together.
The amount of restraint that was shown by them in this incident was shocking.
Mm-hmm. Well, they understand though,
Do they understand? Because I know I couldn't have I didn't understand. They understand better than me. I believe I've got a pretty good grasp of reality.
Right.
And I'm just sitting here going, hey, guys from, New
York,
adverse areas of the world. I mean, they face a lot of adversity to get to where they're at. Why don't you guys just do what it is you do best and teach this stupid dude a lesson?
Because of one, when you're out the country, you don't know the laws of the country you're in. Over here, if that happens over here,
they're giving him an award.
Exactly. It's a different ball game. You were antagonizing. They told you multiple times to leave him alone, and you kept pushing.
About
now
30 or 40.
What you got is justified. Over there, it's not the same.
Yeah, the problem is because I was in an issue over in Coventry, and what was explained to us was, if at any point, let's just say 10 guys are beating you up and you're in a bar and you hit them with a chair or you hit them with a bottle, and man, thank God, because it saved your life. The person that hit the person with the chair and the bottle, even though he's got 10 guys beating him up, you're doing a year in jail.
Yeah.
And that's what happened there.
See?
I guess someone threw a bottle at the guy.
But it wasn't ASAP. But they're not going to tell who it was. Or ASAP's not going to say who it was because it was in his camp. So now ASAP's going to take the fall for it because he was the main.
They hit the guy with a bottle, and it didn't break or anything like that. And then they went to the police station and told on themselves, going, "Hey, man, this is what happened. While this guy was hassling us, some girls came up. Yeah, he was grabbing our butts earlier. Like this guy, was super aggressive with women. And, I know people are dumping on him, and it's real easy. And what do I know about rap? I'm a freaking white dude that listens to, outlaw country music. I don't know shit about that world.
Right.
But I will say what's happening to him is wrong. And whatever, people are just trying to justify on both sides of the political spectrum of why it's okay for him to be in jail. And it's not right, man.
Well,
it's not right.
It's not right because but at the same time, now you have to reap what you sow. Before this happened,
man, dude, come on, bro.
Well.
All right, he didn't stand up for Black Lives Matter.
Well, he was like, I can't relate. First of all, he's from New York. I believe he's from the Bronx. So therefore, you can relate because at one point in time, before you got to where you are now, you were in this same circle. You were in this same group of people, the same demographic. On pins and needles anytime you see the police. So you can't relate. You, like he said, I'm in Soho. I'm in Malibu. I'm in with all these rich people. I can't relate to these issues y'all have.
You knew that was going to come and bite him in the ass.
So now here it is, a couple months later, he's in a position where he's getting fucked. And now he's calling for assistance. Everybody like, shit, he turned his back on us.
Man, this is what I do know. And I don't know about any of that stuff. But I do have some friends. You go on my Facebook page. I get invited to a lot of. Every once in a while, I get invited to an event where there's like Foo Fighters a couple years ago, backstage hanging out with them. A lot of times, those people get approached multiple times a day.
Yep.
Well, there's a cancer person. There's a golf outing for that person, and it's non-stop. And I don't know if they caught him on a bad day. What do I know? But I know he just said, listen. Stop. And I think Wiz Khalifa did the same thing at some point. I think Wiz Khalifa's got a couple where like, hey man, I can't relate. Leave me alone.
Right.
And
but Wiz is mentally, he's more stable. He's on a higher level. The people he keep around him, they're all good people and they understand what's going on. I don't know who ASAP has around him.
The people that, let's just pretend that they're not good people, they handle themselves incredibly well.
I mean, but he's the prize. He's like the reason you guys are in Sweden is because of him. So you got to protect him, but you can't. They nobody wants bad publicity, especially.
Well, here, speaking from you do security?
I do.
How would you have handled that situation?
With him?
As his security guard. Because his security guard was the guy that was getting dogged.
Oh, I would have got. ASAP he wouldn't have been there. As soon as I felt like there was an energy there, we would have got him out. Like that's when you're trained, when you take your classes, there's a threat, get your guy out of there. Get him to the last safest location that you know. If you guys are out walking the street, I guarantee
you gotta swallow your pride sometimes, huh?
You can't win everything. You have to be smart, and that people don't think. They just do.
Oh man, you're right on that because his bodyguard. He swallowed a lot of pride before they kicked that guy's ass. And you know what? If they just would have got ASAP Rocky.
Just get him out of there. Get him out of there.
It just...
Or if nothing else...
Jump in a taxi.
You can have the guys get ASAP. They know him. You defer him. Or have somebody else defer him. Make a wall. Block him off while you get your guy out of there. Future, when he was over... I don't know where he was. He's overseas. The bodyguard he had got knocked out. At the airport.
He got sucker punched.
He did get sucker punched, but now I got the story on the back end.
How I'm watching these videos is ridiculous.
I mean,
well, go ahead.
It's probably, you're in tune with me, so it's coming up to you. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he had beat up 6 guys that were trying to get the Future before. Like, they just showed the knockout. Before that, there was an argument. Future's trying to go about his business. The bodyguard beat up 6 people. He's a boxer, and he trains other bodyguards over there. Where he messed up was... 1, he had his hood on.
Situational awareness.
2, he's walking away with his head down, and his client is somewhere over there. That's not how the game works. You just beat up 6 people. Why are you turning your back to anyone?
Put yourself on a wall.
Why is your hood on? Exactly. Like, this is all stuff you're taught. Like you said, situational.
He's peacocking.
He got caught. Yeah. It's on video. Now you'll probably never get hired again.
Damn.
You'll probably never get hired again. Because even though you beat up 6 people, you saved your client. Your client was going to his flight safe and sound. Like Future said, I didn't have nothing to do with that. I was on my way where I had to go. That was on them. Security-wise, you should never put yourself in a position to where you can't see what's going on. I go out to eat. I'm positioned where I can see the door, the main door, the exit, and my head is on a swivel. I'm listening to everything. Like, I was out with my family at Chili's, and there's a girl. I'm sitting by the window, but I can see everything. There's a girl. She's runs by the window, and there's a girl chasing her with pepper spray.
Oh my god!
And 2 other girls coming to jump on her.
The World Star?
What? It definitely could have been there. I mean, they're banging on the windows, and I'm looking at everything going on. Anywhere I go, my head is on a swivel. This day and age, you have to be.
So if you and I went out like for dinner one night,
we're safe.
We'd be sitting on the same side. It'd be like they must be on a date. Two bald dudes sharing about each other,
sharing the same spaghetti.
Not a good looking couple.
I'm pretty sure we'd be positioned where we can see everything. But it definitely worked out.
I'm the same way, man.
And it's at a point now where I go out, Amber. She looks. She's like, no, we can't sit there. He needs to be where he can see everything that's going on.
I'm the same way, bro.
But
where did you grow up?
I grew up here.
Yeah.
I mean,
south side of Chicago.
California, and then I moved here. I've been here the last 17 years.
I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
But I've been doing security clubs since I was 20. I'm 34 now. And then once I already had the awareness from being there. Because in the club, you can't hear everything. But your eyes are your ears. You see everything. You'll hear a loud pop, or you might hear that pop, but you'll see the crowd open up, and automatically you know something's going on over there. Like you just learn. Like I said, you have to be a student in life. You have to learn as you go.
Okay, so you're talking about shootings in clubs.
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking South suburban clubs? If I have to kind of guess this location.
Yep. We are.
How did I guess?
Take a pick. I'm pretty sure you could just toss a name up there and you know it's going to be it. Arnie's is a hit.
Mr. Ricky's.
Mr. Rick. That's where I started. I started at Mr. Ricky's.
I know nothing about either of those clubs.
Adriana's.
Adriana's.
I was at Adriana's. I was there one night. A guy got shot. He died 2 hours later. He got shot in the club. No, it was inside.
Mm-hmm. I heard about it.
He got carry him outside? No, he made it a lot.
I mean, I didn't hear the pop, but it was a Future concert night. Future, he never even showed because of what happened. The guy got shot. Somebody shot him like this.
Ooh, that sucks.
It was a 22.
They catch the guy?
No, he got out. They had the guy laying outside the club for maybe 45 minutes before anybody got there to save him. Same night, in the back of the parking lot, a girl gets shot in the head.
I remember that. This is like 7-8 years ago.
No, this is
this was close. What are we in?
2019,
maybe 15.
2015. Okay,
yeah, 15.
4 or 5 years ago. Really?
Yeah. Right about before I went to Vegas. Yep.
Yeah, no, dude, that would suck.
But it's
they asked me to do a cage fight there, and I'm just like,
well, no, it would have worked. They have the banquets on the backside, and they're huge. They've done them before, and it worked. It's just that at night, when you get the animals, let me not say the animals. You get the animals and you get the liquor, and they become different.
Get a little
animals.
grimy, yeah.
You got those. Every group of guys, there's going to be a guy in there. They'll have the gun broken down.
And every single time I've been in, and it's been years, you'd walk in there, and I tell you what, the search that they would do on you. I mean, they searched me real good. Well, they're probably looking for a wire. I'm a white dude in a black club.
That's why. They probably thought you were undercover. You're school. So they're gonna give you a thorough check just so it shows that they're on their square.
He's one of them people, dude. Yeah.
No, facts.
Dude.
Facts.
I was at Adriana's.
Who'd you come in there with?
I tell you what, I was. My guy Jerome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so you might have got a pass. You could look like you're no.
I went to Adriana's and I was sitting at the bar, and I'm not. This interview's about you, but we're talking. We're trading stories. Yeah. So the girl wanted to fight, and she was a bartender.
Mm-hmm.
real pretty girl, and women are a hard commodity to
How
come
long
by.
ago was this?
I was still married at the time, so I want to say maybe 2011, 2012. Okay, so real pretty girl, Hispanic girl. So I go there. I don't drink. I haven't had a sip of alcohol since I was 18. I don't drink. And I order an orange juice, and my guy Jerome is there, and he overhears something on the radio. Oh, he's not even drinking. They shut the whole club down. Yep, club's closed. No one's here. They're like,
get him out.
There was just like, yeah, he's a police.
They're doing an investigation.
I remember calling Jonah up after that. Jonah, obviously another person of color. And I'm like, yeah, dude, they shut an entire bar down because I was white and not drinking at a club.
That's funny. That's funny. And I'm pretty sure I know who made that call.
It was a Hispanic guy. He was the manager there.
Sergio.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's funny.
But, hey, dude, I don't know what they got going on there.
He's not even drinking.
Yeah. Orange juice, what?
You're right. He's definitely watching somebody.
Yeah,
Shut it down.
Shut it down. We ain't losing our liquor license. Get him out of here.
Yeah.
Why does that guy keep polishing his belt buckle? What's this about?
Yeah, no. I mean, it's a tricky game here, man. It is. Did you notice there was like a different feel when you were in California and Vegas as compared to Chicago? Like you could actually relax a little bit more.
Cali, not so much.
I felt it when I was out there. That whole privilege thing that keeps
going. It's not even a privilege thing. It's just that where I'm going to be, no matter where I'm at in Cali, I'm going to get looked at. I'm not even talking about police.
Yeah.
They're the last on my radar.
Yeah.
It's the gangs. It's the people that, if I have a hat on,
who you represent.
Exactly. And in California,
You're right.
That's everything. Hats are everything. What is it? You can have no matter if I come with a Sox hat on in LA, they're gonna think I'm a part of this gang. If I come with a Cubs hat, I'm this. You can't wear a hat.
And you know what the tricky part is, man, in California? You going down these streets and it's all really well manicured lawns. There's nice cars in the driveway. You stop and people start coming out of the house whoa, wait, hold. How did we get here? Mm-hmm. And it's just you can't understand you're in a bad area.
You won't.
You have no idea.
You won't. Prime example, when I'm in LA, I'm in South Central. Where Nipsey Hussle was from.
Man, dude, that was sad.
The streets are clean, smooth, no potholes, no cracks.
No holes in buildings.
Palm trees, perfect palm trees up and down the blocks.
Manicured lawns.
But you will never think that these people live in these neighborhoods. They come outside and it's like, whoa. And they're going to ask you, if they don't recognize you, they're going to ask you, who are you? Where you from? Who do you know?
That's exactly what happened. It was a Hispanic dude. He's like, hey, man, hey, I say. And I'm
he probably
speak Spanish.
He thought you were one.
And I'm like, hey, get back, get better. That's kind of like an aggressive way to say, hey, man, what the fuck is up? He's like, hey, man, hey, I say. And he's doing his hands, hey, get better.
See, exactly.
Yeah. And I'm like, he's like, man, fuck you with, man? And I'm like,
I'm just looking for tacos.
I go, you know what, man? Yeah. I'm just trying to get something to eat, man. But I'm going to be honest with you. This really isn't working out real well. I can see, we don't have a good energy here. I'm going to get the fuck on. And he's like, yeah, that's probably your best bet. I'm like, you know what? I think you might be right.
Now, at the same time, but that's here too, though. You can't. Yeah. Harvey? No, I can't walk down Harvey. No, I can't walk in Harvey. I was in 159th and Halsted, this soccer field, semi-pro football. We're back there practicing. The Mexicans is back there on the soccer field. They just had a game. I didn't think nothing of it, but I had my hat on. He said, hey, you GD? I was like, nah, not over here. Nah, homie, you GD. 5 minutes later, 6 cars pull up. They're whistling, and I'm like, oh, time to go. Because you can't argue with them, man. You can't argue with them. Nope. And I mean, they came fast.
Now, you're trying to leave with as many holes as you arrived with, man.
Not that. I'm out of here.
Yeah. It's a slippery slope, man. It really is.
You got to know where you are. You got to keep your head on the swivel.
I think it's easier here, though, than I remember, I'm in California, and I'm walking down the street, and this dude, younger guy, good shape, hey, man. And he's like, I'm like, man, did I drop my phone? I got everything. Right. And he's running down the street. It's a white dude. You know, I mean, not that means anything,
No.
but he looked
No.
like a regular white dude.
Okay.
You know, I mean, it's not like he's, baggy pants. It's not like he's representing anything.
Right.
No facial tattoos. And I'm like, okay, man, what's this guy want? And he runs up to me and he's like, hey, man, you got any change, bro? And I'm like, you're chasing me down a whole city block asking me for change?
Nope.
And I'm like, the minute I pull my pocket, it's going to be a robbery.
Yep.
So I'm just like, man, I kind of went at him. It's a white dude. I'm a white dude.
I'm gonna go for it.
I went all in. I called him a couple names, ride the fuck out. I was cool, kept going, but I don't know, I get confused on it.
No, you did right.
Yeah, but I get confused. They're like, I'm good.
You're running at me asking for change. All right. As soon as I reach in my pocket, as soon as I take my
It's over.
eyes
You're
off
getting
you,
socked.
you're doing something.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
But like it's a different system there than it is here.
Yeah. But that's everywhere. Everywhere you go, it's different. Everybody has their laws for that area or that city or whatever the case may be. Like everybody has different things they respect and honor.
That's fucked up, dude. I just try to do me, go home. Got a kid. She looks up to me. I try to do things in order not to change that.
And that's my angle on everything. Like I have kids at home that look for me to come home, so I can't get caught up here with you knuckleheads. I can't get caught up, not at all.
No.
Maybe some years ago y'all could have got me, but now, no.
How did you stay out of that, man? I mean, obviously you can fight. You're a go-getter. You're certainly somebody that they would champion.
What do you mean? Oh, in that
Yeah,
life?
I mean, they're like, hey, go get him, man.
I've never been a follower.
You got older brothers or sisters?
I'm the oldest.
So your parents leaned on you to kind of be an example for the younger ones?
Yeah, an example of what not to be. Like I've heard that a few times, not from my mom, but my stepdad. But I mean, I've always did my own thing. Like I always went against the grain. Like, people want to go follow and do this and join it for what? What are you going to get out of it? What is it going to do for you? Look at everybody else that's in that life, aside from family or brotherhood. What does it do for you? What does it bring you? Right? Because the people that are in charge, not going to
They
give
don't
you.
even visit you when you get locked up, man. It's weird.
Depends.
Yeah.
It depends on how important or how big you were in the system.
Man, you take a long piece. You stop.
No. I got a buddy. My
wait to run into him.
One of my closest friends. He's on a 20-year bid right now.
Damn.
He's been in there 11 years. Going to be 12 in May.
Man, there was a guy that I went to high school with. He was doing bank robberies in Vegas, and he got caught for like 5 or 6 of them. But like in Vegas, there's like a database where you can watch other bank robbery footage. And I'm like, I found like 10 more. I'm like, man, that's dude. That's him. And like once a month, I throw $20 on his books. I did it for like, I did it for like 2 or 3 years. But I really liked him in high school. I didn't talk to him for a while. Someone told me he was locked up. I start looking. I'm like, damn, that's him.
This guy was good. He really got
good.
He
had like one of those exploding packets that went off and like it knocked him down. And one of the neighbors saw him he had dye all over him. Yeah, they told him. Yeah, I think he looked in the bag.
Yep, that's how you open the bag.
Is that how it goes, or is it just like on a timer?
No, once you rip that bag open, that's what they're doing there. They're ripping those bags. There's a certain way you got to open those bags. Usually they have to come with a key. You open those bags. My mom works at a bank.
Okay, but I thought it was like a packet that's thrown into the bag.
Yeah, well, like when they're transporting the money. Yeah, so once you take that bag and you open it, literally as soon as you open it, poof.
What makes it? What triggers it?
I don't know. Maybe it's the way he's opening the bag. Maybe there's not a sensor that's supposed to be there that'll prevent it from popping. I couldn't tell you.
It's like shaking. I'm assuming you're running with the bag at some point.
True. But but when you're running, most likely you're going to be securing it. So all that movement inside the bag is not. I'll ask my mom to find out. I'll get back.
Man, I'll tell you this. I'm interested in that. I wonder how that works.
She's told me. But there was a bank robbery here a few years back where that happened. Well, it didn't explode. Somehow they got the money out. They got caught. They were burning the money in the back. Some of the money had the ink on it, and the blue smoke was going off.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a smoke signal.
Basically, like here we are with the money. Follow the blue smoke.
No shit. That's good stuff,
Yeah.
man.
That's dumb. That's America's dumbest criminals right there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some Darwin stuff.
Yeah. Criminals are dumb.
So what's next? What's your goals? How about for this year? For the next 12 months? Obviously, you got Sherman coming up.
Sherman, of course. I don't know. I got a lot going on. Like as far as fighting, I don't know. I just want to hold these belts. Like when I won the HFC belt, I lost in my first title defense.
Damn.
And I told myself I can't do that again.
That hurts, man.
It hurt. I mean, I had the flu. I ended up catching the flu that Sunday fight, the week of the fight, and it drained me. And
yeah, you're not one to pull out of a fight either.
Oh, hell no. What? Fight week? Everybody told me for the championship fight for bare knuckle that I should have pulled out when I got to the venue.
Not feeling good or what?
Nah, it was a change of paperwork.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It was
I read between the lines.
It was a change
so
of
anyway.
paperwork. and I was like, I don't give a fuck. We're here. I've been waiting all this time for this moment. I'm going through with it.
Yeah, I think we actually talked about that on the last one.
The last one.
Oh, matter of fact, we did. Yeah. So okay.
They changed 0.
They took off 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right. And it was like,
still a good payday though.
fuck it, I'm here. I don't even give a fuck. I've been waiting for this moment. I'm about to get these belts, get this check, and get my ass home.
Yeah.
Fuck it. But that's what happened with the show in Cheyenne. Not Cheyenne. There was another BKB show, another bare knuckle boxing show out there that Sean Merriman was on.
Oh, that was that other guy that went to prison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I feel bad
the
for
day like
Boss Rutan. Boss Rutan's taking a major hit. On that
So
one.
they were pushing the fight, and then I guess they got to the time for the show, and they tried
what
to
had
change his
happened
contract.
was,
And he was like, "Nah, I'm not fighting." And that's when after that, the whole show was like,
no one got paid anyway.
no one got paid. That's when everything blew up, and I was like, "Damn, see, I should have took that route." No, I did right. I got these belts. I'm in the Hall of Fame now.
You know, man, there might be. You get enough title defenses, there's going to be a bust of you in that Hall of Fame. Man, you know how incredible that would be.
Hope they put my my plaque right next to Mike Tyson.
They were pretty cool.
Tyson's in there.
Tyson's in a bare knuckle Hall of Fame?
You know, we know he didn't do any bare knuckle boxing, but if he was to do bare knuckle, he would.
You know, at the end of the day, I think that was just to breathe some life into it. Okay.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because like you go in the house, excuse me, where John L. Sullivan trained, like it's got plaques and boxing shorts and shoes from different fighters who boxed over the years.
Hey, who's the curator? Do you remember his name? Who's the guy that owns the Hall of Fame? Come on. It's
Scott?
Is it
Bert?
Is that the older guy? He's the one that hands out the medals at all the events?
Scott is the man behind. He's the president. He runs all of that.
The Police Gazette, too. Okay. So essentially, so people can kind of catch up. The Police Gazette was like essentially it was like a periodical, and they would talk about crimes in the neighborhoods and stuff like that.
I saw
and
that.
It was actually a local newspaper.
Mm-hmm.
And
they have a Twitter page.
And well, this is, way back in the day. And essentially, they realized that when they would cover bare knuckle boxing, they would sell more, and regular boxing, they would sell more publications. So, like, when all the other newspapers were like, "Wow, hey, we're not covering this stuff because we're above it and it's barbaric," they kind of took the TMZ route and went there, and they blew up.
Mm-hmm.
And they blew up so much that they became the authority. So, like, back in the day, there wasn't judges for old boxing and for old boxing events. They relied on the newspapers to decide the event. So the next morning is when you would find out who actually won the event.
Wow.
So the Police Gazette was like a huge organization, and they actually, prior to the Police Gazette getting involved, they would have sashes for guys. So it was like, well, I'm the champion, and I would wear a robe, like just a sash around my waist or a cross, or it was like a red sash.
Right,
something, let it be
Jack
known.
Johnson has a sash that a friend of mine in Costa Rica owns. And the Police Gazette are the ones that kind of organized it and came out with belts and stuff like that. So people are like, well, the Police Gazette, it's really weird. No, man, That's a that is the oldest belt in the world.
I saw one of them.
Yeah,
like the one I have is an older belt, but I saw like one of the first belts, and I mean it's maybe like if I put it on, it's gonna be like
how much do you think it weighs? Is it hollow or is it thick?
It was a replica. It wasn't the original. Okay. He was like, this is the same format and everything, but this is not the original. We couldn't get the original, so we had a replica made. But I mean, it was lighter than.
Do you know how much it would cost to have a replica made? You're talking that's like a $5,000.
Yeah, I mean, it was probably about this long, and it had full pictures of guys on there.
Really?
Yeah, like the WBC just puts the little pins on the. No, it had
like Bob Fitzsimmons.
Probably about a picture about this big of a guy or whoever had the belt. That's maybe about 5 to 10 pictures on there. It was nice though.
You know what? Like I'm not a fan of collecting belts by any stretch of imagination. Any belts you see around here are through my organization. So something like that, a replica of that, I would 100% own. There's just too much history there, man.
Yeah, it's at the Hall of Fame out there in Belfast. It's on display.
Did they do a casting of your fists or anything? Or
no,
man, bro.
No.
I'll talk to him about that.
Okay. I mean, hey.
What they do is like they get like a 5-gallon bucket. You dip your hands in, you make a fist, and then they pour plaster in it, and then it's just like, hey, this is Arnold Adams' fist right here.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, I mean they do it for like when you go to the Boxing Hall of Fame, they've got like Primo Carnera.
Why not? It's bare knuckle like that. Yeah, yay.
Well, I mean they do it now. I mean it's not like I'm thinking of anything new.
I mean, but he's not. Yeah. So it'd be something to present to Scott.
Yeah, and it's cheap,
and I'm pretty sure he'd go for it.
That'd be cool, dude. You know what, man? Like, I know you got T-shirts, like you're selling T-shirts. I know you got T-shirts like that you're doing just like for like local guys and fans and stuff like that. You know, man, like if you were to do like you were to get 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row, I'd like you to start selling some plastered hands of yourself too, some fists of yourself. You know what I mean? Hey, you might only sell 20 of them, but at the end of the day, man, you got some hardened fans out there that would really appreciate something like that.
They're every day. It may be like 2 or 3, but I get people, man, I love watching you fight. I love seeing you fight.
Wait till you're active, though. You get 5 or 6 defenses. I mean,
now,
you're going to have 20, 30,000 Instagram followers.
Well, it's coming. It's growing. I'm rubbing elbows and meeting people, shaking hands. Yeah. So it's growing. It's getting there.
He shows up at my events and stuff like that with the belts, and I mean you're taking pictures
all night. Yeah. All night. Unless I'm sitting down by you, I'm taking pictures.
It's cool, man. Yeah, and it's good for you, and it's like he helped out at a local high school.
Oh yeah, you were talking
about it. With the boxing and stuff like that. I think they sent out to all the alumni, that you're fighting on that. Yeah.
Really?
Which is cool, you know?
Yeah, no. Hey, if I can build a solid core base here, that'd be that. 1, it'll make me happy, and 2, it'll open up so much more.
Hey, it could only help,
It can only help. That's all it can do.
Yeah. No, you're not one to kind of shy away from that stuff, which is good. I mean, you can't,
You got to embrace it.
You're the champ.
It comes with it. It comes with it. I earned it, and I got to get ready for it. I just wish the media outlets here would pick up on this more.
They will. Give us time.
You know what, though? They should have already. Like
the heavyweight champ is here for this sport.
I remember calling Cologne up, and I'm like, hey, Steve, I go, this is actually kind of a big deal. And Cologne's like, yeah, it is kind of a big deal, and no one's giving it the love it deserves. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, my mind is blown. I'm like, this is a big deal.